This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. Good Tuesday morning. I want to start off today. Today is National Vietnam Veterans Day. I know a lot of people didn't realize that. A lot of people didn't realize we had a Vietnam War. A lot of our younger people have just heard about it, and it was really sad because that was my day. And when our troops came home, they got spat on, they got booed, and I was young, and I thought to myself, what the hell's wrong with these people booing at our brave military heroes? See, I've been a patriot all my life. I love this country. But to boo these brave military heroes, but see, everybody gets callous after a while. The guys that went over to Vietnam, they didn't all get together and say, hey, come on, let's go over there and fight the Vietnamese. Let's go over and fight the Viet Cong. Let's go into the jungles and die from diseases from Agent Orange. They didn't all get together at the VFW and American Legion and plot this war, this Vietnam War. It's our politicians. Our politicians. But see, that's the problem, people. These politicians start every war. Not that the United States is always wrong. The foreign countries that we fought, they were just as wrong as we were. Nobody's right when you go to war. It's like a divorce. You got the husband's side and his truth. You've got the wife's side and her truth. And then you've got the real truth somewhere, I say somewhere, in the middle. So we can't be blamed for every war, but the United States, we're not perfect. And anybody that says any different is crazy. I love this country. I'll defend this country right or wrong. And sometimes we're right, and sometimes we're wrong, but we'll still defend this great United States of America, won't we, people? All of us will. We'll defend our family. You know, your son wasn't right in that fight at school, but I'll be damned, you're going to defend him, because that's what families do. And that's what we have to do as Americans. We have to defend our family. And our family is this great country. But we didn't defend our family back in the day because it was kind of out of sight, out of mind. And I say with all these wars, it's always better to fight on their soil than to not fight on their soil, at which time we'll be fighting on our soil. So all you guys that were in the Vietnam Era War, I want to salute you personally in all the wars. But see, the younger kids, they understand Iraq and Iran. Tell you what, when our troops come home from Iraq and Iran, and rightfully so, they get cheered as heroes because every one is a hero. Not the guys in Vietnam. They come over, they were like our enemy. The government, the rotten, stinking government, sent our brave military heroes over to fight in Vietnam. It wasn't their choice. But I tell you what, it was their choosing because they were Americans. Some of them volunteered, of course. Some of them got drafted. But they went anyway because Uncle Sam, our great uncle, representing this great country of ours, said, you got to go, guys. You got to go fight. And our brave military heroes, just like past, present, and future, they don't ask any questions because they know their relatives, their Uncle Sam, would not send them to a fight that wasn't a fight worth fighting for. They know that their great Uncle Sam would not send them into a fight that we couldn't win, that we didn't need to be in. But they have, and they did, and they fought, and they died. So I just want to say thank you to every brave military hero, past, present, and future, for their service to this great country. And I want to especially recognize the National Vietnam Veterans Day. And I'll bet you nobody, it wasn't in the paper. It was not in the paper. And we can't forget, you can't forget about your relatives, even though maybe you didn't like what they did sometime. And maybe it wasn't pretty over in Vietnam. And maybe our guys did some things maybe they shouldn't have done. But they survived. Most of them come home. Some of them didn't. On this National Vietnam Veterans Day, I want to salute all you brave Vietnam veterans for all you do. We're going to play a song by Billy Ray Cyrus called Some Gave All. And just everybody, sit back and think about this. Think about the days back in Vietnam. If you were old enough, you younger generations, you won't understand. And you shouldn't, because you weren't there. You'll understand Iraq, Iran. You understand all this terrorism coming out. But you really couldn't understand the Vietnam War unless you were part of it, involved in it, or knew about it at that time. This song, Some Gave All by Billy Ray Cyrus, goes out to honor all of our Vietnam veterans and all of our veterans, because at some point in time in all these wars, all will give some, and some will give all. Whew. You know, if that doesn't get you moving, you ain't an American. I am tired. I'm tired of you rotten bastards out there that hate our country but take from our country. I'm tired of you no good son of a bitches. And I had people say, hey, Bob, maybe you oughtn't bring up Vietnam. You know, that wasn't recognized as an honorable war. You know, that was a war that was really shouldn't have been fought. Maybe it shouldn't have been fought. But we had men and women die protecting us. And we don't want to recognize that, don't want to honor that? Are you crazy? Are you rotten son of a bitches out there that don't love this country? You no good son of a bitches, go someplace else. You can criticize our government, and I criticize our government every day. And I'll salute them when they're right, but I criticize them when they're wrong. But don't you ever criticize this great country and what it stands for. You people crazy? And then some bitches say, Bob Romanik, you're nuts. Hell yes, I'm nuts. This government has made me nuts, made me crazy. And I'm tired, people. I'm tired of everybody saying, Romanik, you got to slow it down. You're running for office. Don't give it down and take that office and shove it up everybody's ass. Don't care. What the hell's wrong with people? You take politics serious, but you don't take our men and women dying. You don't take our men and women starving to death in this great country. Nobody takes that serious. You better take the serious crap serious and let the bull crap go by the wayside. This politics is bull crap. I'm sick as a dog playing politics. You know, I feel ashamed because I played politics with these bastards for so long. I even feel more ashamed that I didn't stop it before I had the opportunity. But now I've got the opportunity. And I'll be damned. I'm going to do all I can do. And let me tell you, people, and I'm tired. I didn't want to go this direction, but I got to go anyway. You know, they talk about me, the democratic culture of corruption. I haven't screwed one of you people. I haven't taken from you. I haven't misled you. I haven't taken your tax dollars and squandered them away. Yes, I'm a felon. Yes, I made a mistake, but I'll be damned. Don't give a damn. I'm by far not the best candidate for state representative. You can't get anybody. with any decency to run for these offices because these low-life, no-count, good-for-nothing son of a bitches has scared everybody away. You got to get an ignorant bastard like me to run to fight them. Everybody's afraid, and I don't blame them. Hey, I got a job. My brother's got a job. My sister's got a job. They'll try to arrest me. This is not Russia, you rotten bastard political parasitical punks. This is not Russia. You know, I'm not the best candidate, people. I'm the best candidate you got. Nobody else wanted to run. Everybody say Bob Romanik's no good, rotten son of a bitch, and yes, I am. But I tell you what, I can't be any more rotten than the bastards you got. Give me the chance to screw you. I won't, but give me the chance. And if I screw you, then get rid of my ass, but don't wait 40 years. I'm tired of this political correct crap. They say I sound like Trump. I started this crap 8 years ago, 7 years ago on this radio station. I've always been politically insane. The hell with being politically correct. The hell with being politically incorrect. That's bull crap. But people, take life serious. These politicians, they just live to play this game. It's an ego trip. Don't give a damn if I'm elected. If I lose, you people lose in the 114th district. And I know people are going to say, that son of a bitch, that arrogant bastard. And at times I can be an arrogant bastard. But I'm being truthful now, people. You need people like me that don't give a damn. You need people that are going to go up and fight for you in Springfield. Not going to go up like my opponent. She's down in East St. Louis. She's going to bobblehead all her way up to Springfield. And yes, sir, Mr. Madigan, whatever you say, just like these bastards, God Sprague. Bob, I'd rather piss in my pants than piss in a toilet, Sprague. Mark Sweetcakes, Kern, John Red on the noodle like a pecker on the poodle, Barasivi, the chief judge, who was circumventing the same great Illinois Constitution that he was sworn to uphold. These no-good, phony son of a bitches. One thing I'm not, people. I'm a felon. I'm a no-good son of a bitch, but I ain't phony. And that's what's killing us. That's what's killing us, people. We've got some callers. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Hey, Bob. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. This is Jerry Rosh.
Jerry, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I just want to thank you for what you said about the Vietnam veterans. And everything you said, I back you up on everything. We did what we had to do, and I am just as proud of all the veterans as I am with everything here in the United States.
Well, Jerry,
thank you very much for making my day.
Jerry, right now, thank you, Jerry. Now, see, there you go. It's like that military hero that come up to me and thanked me at the bread company. Here's a brave military hero, Jerry Rosh, out of the Mascouda area, who saw his comrades die, fought to give us freedom in Vietnam, and he's thanking me. Jerry, don't thank me. That's embarrassing. I want to thank you. Keep the thanks for the brave military heroes. I appreciate the concern, Jerry, but you don't need to thank me for anything because every day I thank you guys when I get up in the morning and I come to this radio station and I can say what I want and not be thrown in jail. Now, I'm not saying probably killed because I've got people threatening me every day. I don't care about that. But Jerry Reich and all you Vietnam veterans, it was my pleasure, my honor to salute you guys today and every day. And it wasn't an unjust war. It was a war that our veterans fought because our politicians sent them out there. So our warriors, our brave warriors, again, thank you, all of you guys very, very much. Let me recompose myself. But people, let's take this great country serious. Politics are coming up in November. I'm out every day politicking. And it just makes, it's a sickening feeling. But I don't care. People, if I win, I win. If I lose, I win. Because I've exposed these rotten son of a bitches. Somebody said, Bob, the best of luck, hope you win. You know, win, lose, or draw. I'm here to stay. But we have to get people to go to Springfield. We have to get people to go to Washington. We have to get people to go to our county courthouses and take this country back, this great country. We've got the St. Clair County culture of corruption. Been around forever, people. Been around forever. 40, 50 years, and they're going to continue until we put a stop to it. I've talked to Democrats all throughout the county, and they're coming out strong, and they're going to vote for Hillary. But guess what they're going to do then? They're going to come over to the other side. And I've had so many people say, Bob, best thing could have happened was the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. which is uniting, not changing politics, but uniting Democrats, Republicans, independents, men, women, black and white, to get rid of this culture of corruption, people. And then we'll sort it out afterwards. But we have to get rid of these people for the last 50 years have helped destroyed the way of life that our forefathers fought and died, some, to give us. We have to take that serious. This political setting's not worth a damn. Everybody's going to kiss your ass at election time. Oh, let me kiss that baby. Let me kiss your ass. Let me kiss this and that. Hey, you political bastard, I got something y'all can kiss. Had to pull down my drawers, but I got a little something you can kiss. There'll never be another candidate for office like Bob Romanik, and I don't care. I'm going to be controversial. I'm not going to be conventional in any way. You see what conventional people have got you? The guys in the suits and the ties and take pictures with their families and go to church 3 days a week and drive a nice little Volkswagen. They go up to Springfield. They're the wolves in sheep clothing. Let a crazy son of a bitch like Bob Romanik go up there and shake those bastards up. You know what you get with me. You know you get a crazy, ignorant, no good son of a bitch. There's some good in me, and I'm going to save that good for when I go to Springfield. And if you good people want to elect me, fine. If you don't, I've said it 1,000 times, that's also fine. But don't hold the guys running on my ticket against me. You don't hold. We got a black sheep in the family. You got a guy that maybe is a murderer, and his dad is an attorney. It doesn't make any difference. You got a guy that's a doctor, and his son's a dope pusher. Doesn't make any difference. Be concerned about the person that you need to be concerned about. So if you're concerned about Bob Romanik, just throw me aside, cast me aside, don't care. But don't hold the rest of the ticket, and that's what these bastards in St. Clair County, the St. Clair County Democratic Central Committee, the St. Clair County Democratic culture of corruption, the criminal political corruption that goes on in St. Clair County. Hey, that's Bob Romanik. He shook that guy's hand. We got a picture of him. Don't vote for that guy. Because somebody shook my hand. You know how these bastards play the game. They get those photographs where you got, John Wayne Gacy, who was gay and killed 35 people in Chicago. Had pictures with Jimmy Carter. Donated at his fundraiser. Jimmy Carter didn't know who he was shaking his hand. And if somebody shakes my hand and they take a picture, they're not going to make them a bad guy. That shows you how egregious and how concerned these son of a bitches are about losing an election. Before we take a quick break, I want to say hi to Judy Mudd, a great lady from Freeburg. I want to thank her for all of her kind thoughts and words, and I sincerely and greatly appreciate your support, Judy, out in Freeburg. And also want to say hi to Gene Friedrich, another great friend from the Millstadt area. I want to thank you guys. And for everyone that says, Bob, they're for me, I want to tell you, I sincerely appreciate that. And if I have people like Judy Mudd, Gene Friedrich, and a lot of others that say, hey, Bob, I'm for you. Whether I win or lose the election, I've won friends. I've won people who believe in what we're doing here at the radio station, believe in what we're doing with the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, believe in this great country of ours, this great United States of America. And for all you people out there that may say, and there's a few haters, that Bob Romanik, boy, he talks about the United States, talks about our military. I'll talk till I can't talk no more. I love this great country. I just hate the rotten bastards that are trying to ruin and destroy everything that our brave military heroes, everything that our forefathers, everything that our families before us have tried to build. That's what I hate. But I love this great United States of America. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ, 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ, 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom. Your guardian of the greatest First Amendment rights in this world, Radical Radio. And we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting and proud of it. America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. You know, we had a lot of calls and people, hey, Bob, don't go crazy. You're going crazy. You know what? You know, maybe I'm sorry for going crazy. And the more I thought about it, no, I'm not sorry for going crazy. I take that back. I'm not sorry for loving and respecting this great United States of America, our great country. So if anybody doesn't like it, don't be a complete idiot. Shut this station off. Shut my show off from 10 to... I know you like the great country music and the great golden oldies, and you can't get them anyplace but on KZQZ and KQQZ, but shut it off from 10 to 11 and 4 to 5. I don't give a damn. You don't like what you hear? This is America. You got every right to criticize me. You got every right not to listen to me. But you don't have a right to not to love this great country. And if you don't, kiss my white, hairy, stinking, rotten, smelly ass. You understand? And that's all you political bastards, because I know you guys hate me because I get this message out day in and day out. You send your hit pieces out on me. I appreciate it. That elevates my status. But you're never going to disrespect this country, because we're not going to let you. We are not going to let you. Let's take care of our community service, and then we're going to go all over the place. We are America's voice of freedom, definitely the Patriot. You can call toll-free 1-888-394-1430. On the east side, 394-1190. You guys, anybody want to call and say how rotten these political bastards are? You can call and say what a rotten son of a bitch I am. Just remember, people, we've got those rights. We've got those rights to speak free, and that's the best right in this world, that we can speak and live and go about this great country free and not have to worry about the politicians putting us in jail, as much as they'd like to put me in jail, and they've tried on several occasions. A couple times they were successful. But that's okay. Makes no difference. We're all in this fight together. There's 99% against the 1% of these rotten bastard political parasitical punks that we call politicians. And once we unite people, they don't stand a damn chance. This is from the St. John's Lutheran Church at 3738 Morganford. Are you tired of fish? Now, there's some good Catholic people saying, are you tired of fish after Lent? Well, come enjoy their barbecue at St. John's Lutheran Church. That'll be held on April the 2nd from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. They're serving bratwurst, hot dogs, pork steaks. Any information, you can contact 314-773-0126. The Illinois Fire Safety Alliance, they're a non-for-profit organization, sent me this, and they sponsor a camp, Camp I Am Me. Camp I Am Me is a one-week summer camp for children that are burn survivors between the ages of 8 and 16 years old. They're eligible for the camp at no cost to them and their families. If you know a child who's been treated in a hospital for their burns, please contact the Illinois Fire Safety Alliance at 1-800-634-0911. That's 1-800-634-0911. And I want to thank Ken Brinker, the area representative, and his number is 618-910-2448. I want to thank you guys for watching over our young children, our burn victims. And if anybody needs that information and you can't get it, you can always give us a call, because a lot of times I know you don't have a pen and a paper with you. The Edwardsville American Legion celebrating Spring Rocks on the Hill, Saturday, April the 16th, with 3 great bands, great music, food, and fun. Tickets are only $5. It's the Edwardsville American Legion. They don't leave a number or an address, but you can get a hold of the Edwardsville American Legion, the Watershed String Band, the Skylark Brothers Band, and the Modine Band will be playing. And we want to thank you guys. They say 1430 KZQZ is always playing and can be heard both in the clubhouse and on the golf course. So, Rob, thank you guys very much, and keep listening. Trivia night. 10th annual 4-H Trivia Night coming up Saturday, this Saturday, April the 2nd, at the Shreve Park in Mascoutah at the Agricultural Building. Tickets are $12 a piece. All the benefits proceed to St. Clair County 4-H program. And Tim, thank you very much for that information. And you can call Tim at 939-3434 for any additional information. What we've got here, we've got the porch sale. I'm going to thank Patty Avesco out in Millstadt for all the information. They're going to be having a bunco party this Thursday, March the 31st, at the St. James Parish Center in the great village of Millstadt, Illinois. She said, we appreciate your help in promoting our porch sale. We'll promote anything you guys have in Millstadt, Patty, so just give us a call. Mouse races in Dupo, Illinois, sponsored by the Dupo Quarterbacks Club, will be held April the 9th, Saturday, April the 9th, at the Dupo. I guess the Dupo Quarterbacks Club, I guess they hold their facilities and all their events at the American Legion. Don't know. You guys give me a call and we'll straighten that out for you. Trivia night coming up this Friday, April the 1st, at the Potosi Elks Lodge in Potosi, Missouri. Any questions or concerns, contact information, you can call 314-775-9920. And thank everybody from the Potosi, all out south, Farmington. They get our station strong. Thanks for listening. We sincerely appreciate it. Steelville, Illinois. Steelville Legion Riders, Post 480. Shooting match and meat wheel to be held this Sunday, April the 3rd, starting at 12:30 p.m. at the Chester Eagles, located at 402 Hacker Street in Chester, Illinois. The great guys from the Steelville Legion. We're going to be down there sometime in May for the Head East concert, and we'll talk about that when it gets a little bit closer. The Beneld Fire Association, the great people of Beneld, presents their music trivia night at the Beneld Civic Center to be held this Friday, April the 1st. Doors open at 6:30. Trivia starts at 7. For any information, you can call 217-835-2268. The New Baden Fire Department, their Chicken and Beer Dance this Saturday, April the 2nd. Dance starts at 8. Doors open at 7. Any questions or concerns, you can call 618-531-4625. And never forget our good friends in Millstadt, Illinois. They're trying to get funds to revive the old water tower, the historic water tower. If you'd like to get involved, donate to keep the water tower going, you can contact a great lady, Kelly Timmer, at 618-520-3623 to get involved. On this date, March the 29th, 1812, the very first wedding in the White House took place when Lucy Payne Washington married Thomas Todd. On this date, March the 29th, 1882, the Knights of Columbus was chartered in Connecticut. On this date, March the 29th, 1939, hell, this sounds like St. Clair County politics. Adolf Hitler got a whopping 98.8% of the popular vote in Germany's national election. Yeah, sure he did, just like our rotten bastard political parasitical punks we call Democrats. Not the good Democrats in St. Clair County, but the political organization, the political arm. A lot of great Democrats in St. Clair County that don't want to be part of the culture of corruption, the St. Clair County Democratic Central Committee, and we want to salute those Democrats. Don't get me going. On this date, March the 29th, 1943, the rationing of meat, butter, and cheese began during World War II. On this date, March the 29th, 1951, Julius and Ethel Rosenberg were found guilty of passing secrets about the atomic bomb to the Soviet Union. Great people. On this date, March the 29th, 1992, Democratic presidential frontrunner Bill Clinton acknowledged experimenting with marijuana a time or two, in quotes, while attending Oxford University, adding, "I did not inhale, and I did not try again." You know, Bill Clinton, what a great guy. I don't know what kind of a president he was. Wasn't my favorite guy, but I like him because, you know, having sex at the White House and say he didn't have sex, hell, he skated all around that. He's my kind of guy. Hell, Bill, you should have been there in prison with me for obstruction of justice, for lying to the people of this great country. That's what happened on this date, March the 29th, throughout all these years in our world's history. We've got some more callers. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Yes, Bob. How are you this morning?
Fine, sir. How about yourself?
Doing real well. I'd just like to call in and thank all our veterans and everybody in the 58th and pay a tribute to the 58,200 men and women we lost in Vietnam. We wouldn't be in this great country if it wasn't for our good fighting men and women.
You know, Gary, I agree with you. I agree with you completely. Doesn't it piss you off when people talk about this great country, when people talk about we shoulda, coulda, woulda? You know, we're not perfect. The United States has never been perfect. There's nobody perfect except if there is a God, and hopefully there is. That's the only perfect being. But doesn't it piss you off when these people talk about our great country? Not about our politicians. We can all talk about them, but talk about what our great country stands for.
Bob, I'm 72 years old, and I was in the service during the Vietnam era, but I did not have to go over there. I don't know why. I didn't. I guess my number didn't come up to go over. But I lost a lot of good friends in that war, and I thank my lucky stars every day that I live in the United States of America. And I'm with you, buddy, all the way on getting rid of these rotten-ass politicians we've got in both Madison, St. Clair County, the state of Illinois, and our national.
Gary, thank you very much for your service to our great country. We don't have a lot of time, but I'll tell you what, it is the Vietnam Veterans Day to recognize them and all the military heroes. We played the song, but I just feel compelled. We're going to take a moment of silence for every military hero that's passed, that died for the love of this country and their families. This is a salute to everybody that's been touched by our great military in this great country. I just hope that gave everybody a second or two, just like we do at the start of every show. I will not speak at any political functions in the future. I will not speak on this radio until there's a moment of silence. And I just think sometimes it gives us time to reflect, because we are busy people. And it's not that we're bad people. It's just that sometimes we're busy and we forget about our loved ones. We forget about the people that have died to give us this great country of ours. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back, and we're going to talk some more politics. Lines are always open, toll-free, 1-888-394-1430. On the east side, 394-1190. We are America's voice of freedom and very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, very proud to be the Patriot. We'd like to thank all the many, many callers we couldn't get through to. So thank you guys very much. Thanks for the thought. Thanks for taking the time. And in a passing note, there was a member of the great Patriot Guard, the Patriot Guard riders. They're the motorcycle guys that go out and help escort veterans' funerals. And a gentleman was killed last night or yesterday, Mark Schroeder, 64, of South St. Louis County. And we want to give our most sincere condolences to his family They were going to Jefferson Barracks escorting a funeral of a fallen hero, fallen patriot, fallen veteran, and got struck by a van and was killed. And we've had those great guys from the Patriot Guard in the studio before. These guys take their own time, and they go out of respect to all these funerals to let everybody know that our brave military hasn't and won't be forgot about. So, again, our sincere condolences go out to the family of Mark Schroeder, 64, of South St. Louis County, a great member of the Patriot Guard Riders. And we want to salute all you guys for what you do, taking the time to do it. And it's, it's a tragedy, and it's what happens in this great country. You live for today because tomorrow you may not be around. And I'm going to live for today every day, because tomorrow, not at my own hands, but probably one of my enemies, I won't be around. But there'll be another crazy, ignorant son of a bitch like me that'll expose them. So it'll keep going. I see the High Court, the U.S. Supreme Court, denied ex-Governor Blagovich's appeal. And I hate to see anybody. When I was in prison, it wasn't a pretty sight, but you pay your dues and you move on. But what Governor Blagovich did was hurt our whole state of Illinois. And that bothers me. Not that he was a Democrat, but because there's just as many Republicans that have been in prison, political people that are Republicans, as Democrats. I'm not going to be a hypocrite and say any different. But they threw out his appeal. And he's doing 14 years, and he's already been behind bars for 4 years. And I got to say, though, in defense of him, and didn't like him, in defense of him, he's been 4 years, got 14. I don't know if it was mandatory that he get 14 years for what he did, and it wasn't right, and he violated our trust. But 4, 5, 6 years, but hell, 14 years. That, and it's not so much it ruins his life. It ruins his daughter's lives and his wife's life and his family's life, and that's not fair to them. But everybody should pay when they're wrong. But let's don't nobody wants to pay $10 for something at the grocery store that's only worth $5. And I think if somebody does something wrong, they should be punished for it. But I don't know. And again, in defense of him, and I'm not defending what he did, 14 years for trying to sell a position. These politicians do that crap all the time. They need to get somebody down here to St. Clair County. Hell, if Blagovich got 14 years, these no good son of a bitches would get 40 years. But see, they're being protected by their people, and that's the problem. But again, ex-Governor Blagovich's appeal was denied. I see in Cahokia, speaking about politics, one of Curtis McCall, one of the McCall family, a gentleman, Jesse Johnson III, made false statements, voted twice. Hell, and down below the hill, you need to get a certificate of merit, a certificate of achievement if all you did was vote twice. Are you crazy? You're an embarrassment. You're an embarrassment to the Democratic organization below the hill. Not the good Democrats, not the good Democrats, the majority, which are good people. I'm talking about the culture of corruption associated with the St. Clair County Democratic Central Committee, the St. Clair County Democratic Central Committee, culture of political corruption. Should be embarrassed, Jesse Johnson III. You only voted twice? What the hell? What the hell's wrong with you? You haven't learned right from Sprague and Kern and Barra Civic and all the boys below the hill. Not the good guys now, people. I'm talking about the bad guys associated with the St. Clair County Democratic Central Committee, but that's what happens. They tell me, too, down in East St. Louis, a lot of the votes were contested. And now they've got different election judges. After they were contested, they took out all the old election judges, and now they're going to be new election judges. They're going to do the recount, going to do the vote. You know what that tells you? It's not going to be fair. It's never fair. That's why I feel you need to get rid of that East St. Louis election board. Coming up in November, people, it's a federal election. I hope all this crap doesn't go on because we're going to be watching it. Sprague, Kern, Barra Civic, we're putting you rotten bastards on notice that we're not going to take this crap anymore. Hey, we got to go again. Want to salute all the Vietnam veterans. I'm going to salute all the military heroes, past, present, and future. And, Ray Charles had a song, and it's called God Bless America Again. I wish we had it. Can we get that song? We're going to try to get this song. We're going to go out because, see, it's my show. I can go out any way I want to. I'm going to go out in a pine box one of these days. But remember Ray Charles? He sang a song, God Bless America Again. And that's what needs to be done. We need to have God bless America again, because at some point in time, people, if we don't all unite, if we don't get rid of these rotten bastard politicians and put public servants in these positions, our children, our grandchildren, they don't have anything coming. So instead of closing with my craziness, I'm going to say, I hope God does bless America again, and we're going to go out with a patriotic salute. Ray Charles, God bless America again.